Don't try this at home. Disclaimer, don't try this at home. It is 8th day of July. Heading up to the farm, to the hunting grounds. We have some maintenance to do. And when I say maintenance, I don't mean food plots. I mean, I just have to cut the grass. But if the weather holds out, I will be spreading some lime out on my food plots. So last video was of me sending the samples to Whitetail Institute, and I got the results back. Actually, I sent it out Wednesday, because Thursday I went away. No, actually Thursday I did it at work. My lunch break, of course. Thursday I dropped off the samples at my local UPS, and it was actually real quick this time. Monday I got my results, and I was pleasantly surprised that I'm not going to be hopefully breaking my back spreading the lime, because as some of you people may know, I do it by hand. So it looks like in 2 food plots, I'm only going to be spreading 400 pounds of lime in each bag. So I'll probably go ahead and do that today, depending on what time I get done with the lawn, and let that kind of settle in. Just keep in mind it's July 8th, and probably won't be putting in seeds for at least a month and a half. At least. Maybe the 3rd week in August, we're going to be putting seeds down for our fall food plots. So it's always recommended, doesn't matter what seed brand you buy, to put lime in as far in advance as you can. I've never done it like months in advance. I've done it a month and a half, and I've had good results with that. I don't know if I would have better results if I did it, you know, if I was going to plant in August, if I put the samples down, if I put the lime down in May, would I have had better results? I don't know. So I get just a regular basic lime. I don't get sold on that fast acting shit. Just regular lime, pulverized lime I get. And I only need about 16 bags. So I will hopefully do that today. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I have about another hour on the road. And that's it. That's it. So we'll see you up there. Okay, here we are. As usual, I fucked up again. Sorry, I should have warned you before I said the F word. Any kids, talk to your parents before you start watching my channel. So, I fucked up again. I thought the winter greens was a 1/4 acre bag. Turns out it's a 1/2 acre bag. So, I'm going to need some more lime. I bought 13 bags. I thought that was going to be enough. So, I'm going to need 6 for my winter peas plot. 6 bags. Only about 300 pounds I need for my winter peas. And I'm probably going to need 12. I'm going to need 12 for my winter greens plot. And then I have a Pure Attraction, a bag of Pure Attraction that's a 1/2 acre. I'm not working on that one today. I need the bags. I'm not sure exactly what area I'm going to put it in. But, so I'm going to go ahead and load these up. I got my stakes inside the, in here. I'm going to mark it out. And I'm going to be spreading the lime right on top of whatever's out there. So I'm not tilling it. I'm not going to till it and put the lime in. I'm not a professional. Okay, I'm definitely not a professional. But I don't think it's going to make a difference if we put it over what's out there now. It's just some grass and shit. So we'll put that out. I'll stake it, and then I'll have my unless I have time later, I'll have my dad till it under next week, because this is you know, it seeps into the ground with the rain and shit. So should be good. This is pulverized lime. I'm not sure if you could use it on a spreader or not, because I always end up doing it by hand. I bought these for my apple trees. 19 bucks. They're probably gonna last me one cut and they'll break. I know a lot of guys use the wheel to map out their area, but I have my trusty rangefinder. It works just as good. So, but instead, you know, you gotta do a little formula, because if this gives it to in yards, you got to convert it to feet. Anyway, that's what I'm using. Just realized I forgot my shovel, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, guys, so here we go. I guess this is gonna be the first official start video. This is gonna be my winter peas plot. I'm pretty much putting the same plot I did last year right in the same area, but right butted up against to where the old one was. So my old one, I frost seeded, whatever the fuck you want to call it in New York, because frost seeding doesn't exist in New York. I threw some clover seeds down back in March, and I threw the clover seeds in the plot where I had the winter greens. And this plot with the new clover is butted up against my original plot that I did back in 2015, maybe 15 or 16, my first food plot videos. So that's actually 1 year. I planted the clover last year, so the year before that was my fall food plot. Then I planted clover. I had clover, then I had my winter peas. This season, I'm converting my old winter peas into clover. So now I have twice the amount of clover. Right up against it, boom, another fall food plot. Next spring, I'm going to convert it over to my clover again. So little by little, I kind of want to get this whole field. It's about maybe 4 acres. I would like to get the whole field in clover, and then it's pretty much a rotation, so that's good too. So I got my first stake in the ground. I'm going to measure out. As you may have learned, if you guys have been following me for a couple years, I fucked up the area for my 1 acre. Had the calculations all wrong. 1 acre, take it to the bank, 44,000 square feet. So this plot, the bag that I got is a 1/4 acre. So I'm looking at, I need about 10,000 square feet. Got my first stake in the ground. I pretty much know where the next ones are going to go, because I'm pretty much like a stamp. My old one, new one. So I got my first stake in the ground. I'm going to jump out about maybe 60 yards or so, put my next stake out, and then come over this way. So there's my first stake as our starting point. Okay, so I got my stakes, I got my my rangefinder, my hammer. You may be able to see the stake up there. So here's where the food plot line was. You guys can't see it, and unfortunately I don't have a videographer, but my old line is right here. I see it perfectly. So I'm going to go right, butt it up right against the old line. If it's over it a little bit, it's okay. Drive the stake down. Two pieces of ribbon. Okay. One more on the bottom because the wind breaks this shit. Now the only reason why I'm working on the food plot is because I came up here just to mow the lawn, but as you could probably see, everything is wet, so I need for it to dry up a little bit. I mean, we don't, I don't live here, but still, I don't want to make it look shitty. So there's one line. So now what I'm going to do is, I got my rangefinder here. I'm going to take a range from here to the other stake. We're at 55 yards. So 55 yards is 55 times 3 feet, 165 feet. So we're looking for 10, 11, 12,000 square feet. So we need to come out, let's see. Clear that, 165 times, let's see, 70. 165 times 7. Okay, first shot, I hate fucking math, but I pulled it out of my ass. 165 feet times 75 feet, right? 165 times 75 is going to give me 12,000. So 165 times 70 is going to give me 11,500. So let's see if we can do it here. Let's see. 165 times 165 feet times 70 feet equals 11,550. That'll give me my quarter acre. So pretty much from this stake over, we got to go 70 feet and square it up. So let's do that. That's a bad habit, by the way. If you guys are watching, don't throw your tools on the floor. So I kind of walked it. So we're going to see how many feet this is. "23 yards. "69 feet. So 165 times 69 is going to give us 11,385 square feet. That's pretty much quarter acre. Alright, so this one is in. Let me double up my marking tape. And at least I'll give my my dad something to do when he comes up. I'll have him till it all up. He's not too savvy with the cameras though, so you guys ain't gonna get on that footage. Alright, measure it up. Now, I want to stress that, as you can see, this is not an exact science. Some people may have it down to a science, and I give them credit. But I'm a regular, like I've said in the past, I lived in the city. And when I'm talking about city, I'm not talking about you know, the city of Eugene, Oregon. I live in New York City. I am not a professional at all. This does not have to be perfect. Get it close. Yeah, I mean, you want a quarter acre. You know, if you're 200 feet or 400 feet or even 1,000 feet over or under, it's not going to kill you. And it's not going to really hurt your plots. Here's the reason why. I had a question about fertilizer. So I called up the Whitetail Institute because they, you know, they recommended me the stuff. and they said that I needed potash. They said that, you know, if you guys ever do anything with Whitetail Institute, they say, here's a list of the fertilizers available in your area. I don't know what the fuck area they thought I lived in. But they were asking for potash and straight potash. I went to my Agway store, which they're great. They know a lot about food plots and stuff. I said, I need potash. They said they're not going to have it for a couple months. This I'm going back a couple years ago. I think it was my first food plot I did. And they didn't have it. So there I was. Thought I was going to get shafted from Whitetail Institute. It's going to come out bad. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. I called them up. I spoke to one of the guys at WI, and I said, listen, you guys wanted me to put 100 pounds of potash down on this half-acre food plot with Pure Attraction. I said, my local store doesn't have it. And the guy says, don't worry about it. Get it close. As long as you have the other stuff pretty close, go for it. So, you know, with other things, I feel like I'm a perfectionist, like when it comes to other stuff. But this, as long as I'm close, I'm happy. So, is my thing a 1/4 acre exactly? No. Is it square exactly even? No, it's not square. But it's gonna work. I hope. I'm gonna do what I can to make it work. So there's your 2-cent tip for today. So in this area here, now that I have it squared up here, freaking hammer's heavy. There's my other marker. There's my other marker. And there's my other marker. The results said we need 1,250 pounds per acre. This is a 1/4 acre. So we are gonna divide that by 4, which comes out to roughly 300, 350, something like that. So I'm gonna open up 6 bags, spread it by hand. As you can see, there's a big area. 6 bags is almost like spreading nothing on this area. But like I said, we do what we can to do our best. But if the Agway only had 4 bags, and then it would have been 4 bags, and that would have been it. So let's get that going. And we only need 6 bags, so that's not that much. What I'm going to do is start spreading this stuff oh man, on the downwind side, and have the wind just, you know, blowing away from me. I don't have that much. It's probably only going to take about 10-15 minutes, and that's going to be it. Alright, so I couldn't get anything while I was spreading it because it started raining. This weather's crazy. But if you can see, I'm standing up as high as I can. Just did it by hand. See, it's not perfect, but it's spread out. Spread out enough. So I'm not going to till this up. This is ready to go. Going to let this lime sit for a week or so. It'll rain, wash it in. Then see if my my dad will till it under, and that'll be it for this one. Winter Peas, 2017. There it is. Alright. So we're pulling up to where I'm going to have my second plot. This was my Pure Attraction plot, which I turned over to Clover this year. So it needs to be cut. I did the frost seeding. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how big I gotta make this now, because I thought it was only a quarter acre bag, so I got a quarter acre is 11,000 square feet. I would need to go, if I do 11 and 11, that's a half acre. Let's see if I can figure this out. Give me a minute. Okay, like I was saying, I'm not perfect, and it doesn't have to be perfect. So, like I was saying before, my winter greens, I initially thought it was a quarter acre bag. It turns out that it's a half acre. I don't even know if you can see me. It looks a little... That's better. Even though it's probably better if you didn't see my face. Turns out it's a half acre bag. So what I'm going to end up doing is do 2 1/8 of an acre plots in the same field but separated by a fence. I was just kind of marking it out a little bit, and it'll come out to about 5,200 square feet each one. So with that, each one would need 140 bags, 140 pounds of lime, which I think I have enough to cover both. And then I'll have just some leftover seeds. I don't know what to do with them. I might mix them into the Pure Attraction bag when I do my Pure Attraction plot. And this plot is going to be about this big. Now this is going to be, you guys are going to think we're crazy over here, but this is going to be right behind the house. There's our house. Here's a little garden. Here's our food plot. Keep in mind, one of the best bucks we shot were right up here, right in here, during rifle season. Actually, my cousin got him 10-pointer. 2000 and I think it was 9 or something like that. Anyway, so there it is staked out. There's my first one. Second one is right there. Third one is right by the garbage. Fourth one is there. So it comes out to 55 yards or 51 yards by 17 yards. Convert that to feet, it's around 111 and 50 something. Comes out to about a little north of 5,000 square feet. So it'll work out, because I'll put one over here and I'll put one on the other side of this garden here, and I'll probably set up my tree stand right inside here somewhere. Probably on one of these trees right along the edge. And believe me, the house does not affect the deer. Not here, at least. So we should be good. We should be good. So that's the amount of lime we need to spread in this half acre. Wind is blowing straight to us. Let's get going. Wind is blowing from against my back, heading out that way, to my right. All right stuff. All right, lime is spread. Whew. Starting to get hot. Throw some ribbon around these things, and this is going to be my last one. Okay. Alright, you guys thought that other one was close. Look, we're putting this one right next to the shed. Right next to the shed, I don't know. You can't really see this plot from the house. This is gonna be my last one for today, because I'm fucking dying. And I gotta still cut the grass. So we're gonna mark it out, and we will... I'll hit you on the record once I'm all done. Alright, I'm going to measure it out. This is going to be another 1/8 of an acre plot, about 5,500 square feet. Alright, got this one limed in. I'm a complete disaster, so much for staying upwind. So that's it, this is the beginning. So here's your beginning stages of when you want to do a food plot. You got to get that soil neutralized so it'll accept your fertilizer, and that's what the lime is doing. So that's it. So next time you see me, we may be putting down some fertilizer and seeding. So I'm probably going to seed around the 3rd week of August. Give this some time to work in. And that's it. Now it's time to go clean the tractor off and cut the grass. Thanks for watching, guys.